Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first video, mainly uploading Destiny content for now. This video is about my first flawless experience. I'm going to talk about my build, how it works, my general experience of the new trial setup, and show some of my gameplay as well. So the core of this build is the no backup plans. Everything else I've kind of built to support the playstyle that they kind of represent. So if you don't already know, there's a quick reminder on things like perk. When you have full melee energy, shotgun final blows to activate your defensive strike and consume your melee energy. Shotgun final blows also give you melee energy, which is very important. And to kind of help support this also, I have grenade kickstart, which gives me grenade energy, which isn't as important but always nice. And I have melee kickstart, which gives me melee energy when used, which is amazing. So here we have the top tree sentinel, which is the only one it works with. We've got defensive strike. Defeat an enemy with this melee ability to create an overshield around you and nearby allies. Final blows grant melee energy when this overshield is active. This is an amazing perk for trials, especially if you can get a shotgun kill near your allies, give them the overshield, almost guaranteed that they win those 1v1s. So here we have the Chroma Rush. For the perks that I'm using on this one is Polygonal Rifling, Tactical Mag, Dynamic Sway Reduction, and not my first choice, but I'm using Wellspring. This is quite important for the build, as it makes sure that my melee charge is always ready when I need it. It's also useful for my barrier and my grenade. So the shotgun I'm using is Duality. I think this is, in my opinion, the best shotgun to use. I can use the long range single high damage slug, and also when I get close you can use the hip fire spread pellet if you're in danger. If I need to change up my loadout, I use the Chaperone in my primary slot. Obviously this gun's also really good, but doesn't offer the hip fire option. And then I'll use either the Vision of Confluence and Ignoring Hunger, depending on the map and the range of my team. I'll give a quick brief overview of the stats that I used. So I prefer to use high mobility. I like to move around the map quite quickly, get around behind the enemy if I can, and high mobility is really important for this. So currently I have 71. I'm aiming to get it up to 80, but we'll see about that. And then my next stat is Resilience, which I have at 68. You don't really need much more than 68. It's a good base ground to be at, and it'll keep you alive. So I have 50 recovery, which I would like to be higher, especially with how often I'm getting up and close personal with the other team. The discipline's at 50, which is fine. The Wellspring keeps the grenades up easily. I like the intellect to be a lot higher. Supers really impact the game, especially early on, if you can give almost a power to your teammates, etc. And then I have 60 strength, which is good, which is fine. You might think that was a bit higher for this build, but with Wellspring and the getting melee energy from shotgun kills, and the melee energy from getting melee kills with your overshield on, it's almost always up. I was going to put some clips in to show Wellspring in action, but whenever I would try and show it, everything was already ready to go. And I'm just going to show you some gameplay, and then I'll come back and I'll talk about my experience, like how I started, how I feel it went, how I went flawless, and my tips and tricks, I guess. I've actually got some clips that really show how useful the build is, and there's one particular clip that really shows it in action. So it starts off with a quick duality kill, which as you can see, he manages to get me low health, but I just about managed to get him beforehand. And then I get 2 quick kills with a Chroma Rush. As you can see, my melee energy is already nearly maxed out. The Wellspring perk, which wasn't my first choice, I would have liked Kill Clip, but Wellspring really helps us support this build, always making sure that I have a grenade ready if the enemy team supers, have barriers when I need them, but more importantly, I always have that melee charge ready. Whenever I need it, whenever I'm in trouble, I can rely on the fact that I have my melee charge, get a shotgun kill, and I'm ready to go. See here is a quick weapon change. We actually were 2-0 down in this match, and I was trying to, force my usual playstyle, but it just wasn't working. So I decided to switch to the Vision of Compliments to get a bit more range, stick with my teammates, try and play a bit more passive, see if I can maybe get some shotgun kills from them pushing, be a bit more defensive, try and keep my teammates alive. And it worked. After I made this change, we went 5-2, won all the rounds. And you'll have to see an amazing little chaperone clip here. Clip you can see the backup plans in full force, getting the overshield there, after somehow getting that headshot kill right there. Then I hit him with the little sneaky grenade. I can come around, he's weakened, suppressed, take him out. Still trying to get away from the silencer's call. And I managed to get this guy as he comes around the corner. I've been trying to go flawless since the start of Destiny for 7 years, so this was a big one for me. I've seen that new Trials matchmaking update, and I thought, well, now I don't have to try and find a team or anything. I can just go in solo, try and get a bit better, work on my gameplay in general. But it just so happened to be that after a couple games, I ended up teaming up with these two guys, 2 hunters, and we just gelled really well together as a team, and it really seemed to support my playstyle, where I like to float around a lot, try and pick off people who aren't in the group. And I think you'll see in these clips, you'll be able to see that as well. I think it's very important to have a team that you work well with. To if you're able to do it by yourself, do it all by yourself, then you don't have to rely on a team as much. But at least for me, some rounds I can stomp, some other rounds, not so much. So sometimes I gotta rely on my teammates, especially if I want my playstyle to work efficiently. I need the other team to be distracted and not just ready for me when I come around a corner or trying to flank them. The more distracted out, the better. We're gonna, obviously, we work really well as a team together. Obviously, this is the first time we've ever played together, and I wasn't even using my mic, so just goes to show how well we work together. Hopefully, we can carry on playing together and get some more flawless runs. I'm gonna try and go flawless every week. Now that I've done it once, why not try and do it again? This is the final match. I was obviously very nervous, waiting 7 years to go flawless. I didn't do too much in the final match. The whole new Trials setup, I think is really friendly to new players, especially or people who haven't been flawless before, like myself. I've played Trials quite a few times. I've never quite been able to go flawless. I got 6 wins once, and that was it. In Destiny 1, a long time ago. It's the closest I ever got. Now, I've kind of always thought about what it would be like if there was matchmaking for Trials. I've always kind of been a solo Destiny player. I've done a raid here, few and there, but PvP's always kind of been my bread and butter. Yeah, I think it's a lot easier for solo players and teams, for solo players, especially if you have a team. It's a lot easier to go flawless, especially if you work well together. I think like for our last 2 games, both the teams had, both the teams were solos. There were 3 solos on each team, so whether or not that made it easier for us, it probably did. I'm not going to complain. Definitely opens up the door for a lot of other players. I myself have seen a lot of players having gotten their first flawless run, which I think is amazing, and hopefully I can get some of my old friends from Destiny 1, Destiny 2 back in. Maybe we can get a flawless. I know they've always wanted it. I think the reward system is far better. I know that there's a lot of guns that I wanted, or that I would watch other people have, or other YouTubers have, and be like, wow, I really, really want that gun, but how am I gonna get it? How am I gonna get it? Can I get a team together? Like, if I did get a team together, I did the bounties, and then I got, I want to get the Igneous Hammer when it was really, really good, and then I would do the bounties, get an Igneous Hammer, and it sucked. But now, obviously, you can get the, if you've gotten any of the guns that you like, just through playing trials, ranking up, getting the engrams, you can get that gun as many times as you want, as long as you have the resources. Which I think is amazing. It's gonna mean, when you have a gun that you really want to go after, it's not as painstaking. You don't have to worry as much about it. So I'm hoping to make this video a weekly one, make a weekly trials flawless attempt. Hopefully I go flawless every time. That is the plan. I'll probably only upload the flawless ones unless other people see runs that weren't so successful. I also have the unedited footage of this run also on my YouTube channel, so if you want to watch the whole thing through from the second game, you can see what we did, see how it worked, and you can see the bits where I died a bit more. But just want to say thanks for watching my first ever YouTube video that I've properly put some effort into, and I'm hoping that you'll come back for the next ones. So please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.